Hello and welcome to our December 2023 Energy Update. My name is Corey Davidson, also known as Claire Core, and I'm here with my gal pals, Yaila and Peyton Creighton. And Peyton is going to do the readings. I get a message from the Pleiades, and Yaila is going to get a message from everywhere. She'll do the collective energy reading, and I'll be doing the astrology. So don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button, and our information will be down below at the end of the video so that you can contact any of us if you want a personalized reading or messages. So let's start with you, Yaila. What is your message for us?
From everywhere. Hi, everybody. My name is Yaila, and if you've watched the videos before, you know that I tap into the collective and I get an intuitive collective reading for the month of December. So I will probably have my eyes closed throughout the reading just because I do it right here live with you. So let me just tap in super fast. And I always just like to ask for a blessing for you tuning in. Creative all that is, please bring forth the information and any healing for the collective's highest and best good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please guide me with accuracy. Okay, so I'm getting a couple colors, two really strong ones. So the first color I'm getting is a really soft, pale pink, almost like a rose pink. Whenever I get that color, immediately that energy to me represents compassion. So a big one is compassion. I'm seeing like it's almost like the energy is split for the month of December for the collective. So it's like one side is compassion, and then the blue is it's like a really royal, almost like my nails, like a cobalt royal blue, where it is, and Corey has the same color. It's like this really royal blue. So it's like, and what I'm hearing with that color is standing in your power. So compassion and standing in your power. And it feels like we might have a play on both the energies, and then some of you might feel like you're in one camp more than the other. And so let me just kind of ask about these two colors individually. So as far as that soft pale pink for the collective compassion, it just feels like, and I'm one of those people, the holidays can be kind of tricky for some people. So just giving yourself grace and compassion, and also just giving compassion to family members that show up or friends that show up, and maybe they bring up conversations that you'd rather not have, or, you know, whatever they're going through. Sometimes they can project certain things onto you, or it's almost like their wounds, their traumas come to the surface. And so instead of playing in that energy with them, just send them love, send them compassion, send yourself some love and compassion as well. So that's the most part for that soft pale pink color. As I was about to switch over to the blue, the last little message the guides brought in was it's also representing hope. So for things going on in the world right now, when you hold that compassion for other beings. So I feel like everything in the universe is a sentient being. It's everybody has a right to live their body, you know, have a like thriving life. And so the guides are bringing in some hope. Hope for the future, hope for the next year, hope for yourself, hope for your family, for your friends. And that is the energy that's really going to help shift. We're kind of on that, the edge is what they're showing me. We're kind of on the edge of that cliff where we're about to like switch over into that new dynamic, but we're just right there at the tipping point. So just keep that hope for the outcome that you want. And with that, it coincides with that standing in your power, realizing that you do have a say. So if some people are coming at you with gnarly energy or comments or conversations, or you're seeing that around you, not even a part of you, stand in your power and know what you deserve, know what you are here to create for yourself, and don't let all those outside things pull you out of your true alignment. So it's kind of the first messages for December 2023 as we wrap out this year. Let's see what things to watch out for. What should the collective watch out for December 2023? What I'm hearing is false promises. So false promises that you are saying to yourself, to other people, but you're also hearing from outside around you, collective higher ups, just watching out for false promises, because it sounds like, feels like, might be like for some of you, people are just kind of saying certain things to kind of let it be kosher as is to wrap up the rest of the year. But there's an underlying truth that is the more prevalent. So this month of December, you really want to anchor in, stand in your power, but anchor in your own gut intuition. And so if someone's saying something, it just feels off, or it just kind of feels like, that doesn't feel like the whole truth, just take everything with a grain of salt. Watch out for false promises from people, places, things going on around you. Let the actions speak louder than the words is also what the guides are saying. So trust your intuition for this month. And if it feels off, it's probably off. So go ahead and take those extra measures for yourself where you feel is most in alignment for you. And just let the cards fall where they may. And you might notice that those false promises aren't really flowing through like they said they might. So that's what's to watch out for. And let's just see if there's any last messages for you, the collective, for December. They're giving me a couple of words. The first one was forgiveness and the other one was freedom. And so as you are learning to forgive yourself for past choices, past ways of being, as you're forgiving other people for choices they made and how they've shown up, it's going to be your pathway to freedom for this month and into the new year. So we're really at, it's like a closing out of cycles type of energy. If I were to tap into what it feels like right now, it feels like certain cycles are closing out and we are here to forgive and move forward. We are here to focus on our freedom, and it's not freedom just physically, but it's like mental, spiritual, emotional freedom. The things that were tying us down up until this point, and they're showing me from like decades past, it's going to be easing up. And so this is kind of that last month of closing out old cycles, closing out old ways of doing things. And when you bring in that forgiveness, that compassion, focusing on your hope and giving yourself and other people grace, it's really going to lead to a lot more freedom. So watch those false promises from outside things, trust your intuition, and lean into your compassion and forgiveness. And you will wrap up the rest of this year with flying colors. Let's see if there's any teeny tiny last little messages for you, the collective. And the last thing the guides are bringing in for you is you are so loved. Sometimes if you feel lost or forgotten about from God, source, the universe, or even people in your life, just know you are so much more loved than sometimes we realize that we are, and to not forget that. So that is the message for the collective from December. Peyton, how about you? What do the P's have to say?
Thanks, Yaila. That was so beautiful. I just love your messages. They are just always so on point and so filled with love. So such good stuff. Hey, y'all, I'm Peyton. And as y'all know, I am a Pleiadian channel. So Lynn and I checked in with our Pleiadian friends to see what's going to be rolling in December. They wanted us to know that we have a huge month coming. Very, very energetically powerful. So what they said is going to be rolling toward us in December is that we are going to be moving through and purging some of our deepest unconscious resistance. Some of that stuff we have been trying to get rid of forever. It is going to be coming to the surface for us to release. So the way they described this is they said that any frozen emotions that we have been holding on to, those things that we have been trying to let go of, they are going to start to finally break free. And we are also going to be moving through two pretty big collective energies. And sometimes the P's refer to these massive energies as planetary templates. So that is just a huge collective energy that we are ready to release. And in December, we are going to be moving through two of these big energies. And one of those energies is the energy of suffering, and one is the energy of struggle. And when you first hear that, it doesn't really sound like a good time. When they first told me that, I was like, oh, super. But the P's are actually telling us that this is a really good thing. Because as you can imagine, suffering and struggle are two of those things that make being human not a good time. And these are massive energies in our collective. And according to the P's, we are going to be breaking those down and releasing them in December. So the P's like to describe these energies as foundational illusions. So these are those huge planetary energies that bind all of us just by walking around in human bodies. So what we are going to be doing is breaking down some of those collective energies that have kind of suffocated the planet for thousands of years. We are ready to let them go. So that is what we're going to be moving through in December, is finally releasing these really gnarly energies. Now, as you can imagine, when you hear the P's talking about this, these are going to be some fairly heavy energies. So the P's wanted us to know that these are energies that we may feel as they move through as discomfort in the physical body, because we're just shedding some energies that have been just stamped down within all of us for as long as we can possibly remember. And as we're letting them go, it isn't always comfortable as they move through the physical body. So the P's have said that some of the areas you may be feeling these energies over the next couple of weeks are in the chest region. So you may feel discomfort in the heart chakra, and even in the back of your heart chakra. So if you start to notice weird sensations between your shoulder blades, that would be the back of your heart chakra. So you may be feeling these energies also in the sides of your body, in your ribs, in your lungs. These are all areas where we tend to be more likely to feel these energies when they roll through. So that's just something to kind of look out for over the coming weeks. If you notice any unusual sensations, it may be your body responding to these energies as they move through you. Now, the P's have some advice for helping us move through these energies as comfortably as possible. And the first thing they recommend is not to let your mind play with them. Because as soon as we start to feel weirdness in the body or heavy energies come in, it is so tempting to let the mind play with it, right? The mind wants to know what's happening. Where is this coming from? Is this mine? Is this collective? The P's are saying, don't even worry about it. These aren't energies that you want to get mental about. So instead, what the P's are recommending to move through these as quickly and comfortably as possible is to get neutral with them. Just be an observer. And they're encouraging us to just focus on them as a sensation in the body. Just noticing, where am I feeling this in the physical body? What does it actually feel like? Because two really important things happen when you do this. When you focus on the energy as sensation. The first is you stay in the present moment. And when that happens, you stay out of resistance. So if you are just focusing on how these energies feel in the body, they will move through you very quickly. But on the other hand, if you let your mind play with it like a cat with a toy, what the P's said can happen with these energies is we will end up suppressing them. Because when the mind gets engaged, we get into resistance. That's what the mind is all about. And if you get in resistance or suppression with these energies, what happens is you force them into your energetic field and they get stuck. And when energy gets stuck in your energy field, you start to manifest from that energy. And as you can imagine, these are not energies you want to start manifesting from. So the P's are encouraging us to stay out of the mind in December, focus on just how the energy is feeling to us, and that will let the energy move through us and out. And that is what we want with these templates. We want to acknowledge them, own them, feel them, and let them go. We do not want to be manifesting more struggle in our lives. So these are energies to be very neutral with. And the P's say that if we can just stay neutral with these energies, not get reactive, we'll move through them in about a week. And they said what is on the other side of these energies is that we are going to feel more freedom, and Yaila touched on this, and more sovereignty than we have ever felt before. Because just imagine life on Earth without suffering and without struggle, without hardship, without having to work and claw for everything in your life. We are letting go of those energies. So December is a huge opportunity for us to change the experience of life on Earth by letting go of these foundational energies that just don't serve us anymore. We're kind of done with the whole struggle thing, aren't we? I know I am over it. So it is time to let this go once and for all. So that is what we are going to be doing in December. So if you feel these energies and they feel a little weird, don't let yourself get into a freak out with them. Just remember, it's only energy. And the more you relax into it, breathe into the energy, the faster it moves through you. So we have a huge opportunity for transformation in December. So that is what the Pleiadians had for us for December. Corey, what is headed toward us with the astrology?
Well, thank you, ladies, very much. I loved your messages. Wow, big messages coming through. My name is Corey, and I do the astrology part of the energy update. And this is the astrology for December 2023, which I'm not surprised aligns with the other ladies' messages, as they all seem to do. So December is our Sagittarius. First half is Sagittarius energy, fire element. And the second half of December is Capricorn, which is earth energy. So December is going to be a bit of a lighter energy than we've been seeing. November was quite dense, quite heavy. And so if you were feeling emotional, these weird old wounds come up, it was like, wow, I thought I cleared those. That was November. So December is going to give us always great opportunity, but it's going to be a little lighter than it's been a lot of this year. So, like I said, the first half is Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. And Capricorn is the second half of December, which is earth. So we have the holidays, obviously, and December 1st, we have Mercury entering Capricorn. So December is a pretty heavy Mercury month. Mercury is the mind. Mercury is the way that we think, how our thoughts go. So Mercury is going to enter Capricorn on the 1st, right off the gate. So Capricorn is much more, it's an earth sign, so it's practical thinking, planning, work, like a business plan. So we'll be thinking, December 1st is about, our thoughts going into Capricorn, and those are the practical things of life. And then December 4th, we have Venus, the love planet, going into Scorpio. So the first half of December could be a little hot and heavy. Could be a little hot and heavy. which might be a nice change, other than the worldly hot and heavy, right? And so as you've heard any of my videos or our videos in the prior months, we've had a lot of retrograde planets this year. The big ones, the outer planets, the ones that are very, very strong. And so we have two planets that are, the last two planets are going to go direct in December. And one of them is Neptune. Neptune is the planet of dreams, creativity, sometimes, deception. When it's close to Mercury, which it will be a lot of December, it could make for some maybe illusional thinking, but since it's going direct on the 6th of December, all the things that we have been seeing of 2023, which we weren't sure about, didn't seem quite like the truth, or seemed like illusions, are going to now be brought to have a better perception of what the energy about ourselves and on a world stage with Neptune going direct. It also, Neptune also is like psychic sensitivity, creativity. So with it going direct, it's great because we will have a much better perception of what we want for ourselves, where, all the retrograde in Neptune, and Neptune's been in retrograde since June. So from June to now, it's like, do I really trust what I'm seeing? Wait, does that seem right? Now our perception will be cleared. The fog will be cleared, which will be wonderful. On the 12th of December, we have a lot of things going on. We have a new moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is higher learning, our beliefs, our philosophies, travel. It's a very strong new moon because it also, on the same day, Mercury is going to go retrograde. We have the last retrograde of the year in December. And it will go direct January 1st. But with the Mercury retrograde and the new moon in Sagittarius, it's also going to have an aspect, a square, which is very strong, to Neptune. So this is going to open up the doors to our intuition. And there is an intuitive knowingness that is activated this month with all the Mercury and the Mercury going retrograde. And so it's also along with, it's at a 0 degree. It's called a 0 degree point that the new moon and the Mercury retrograde are going to also have aspects with. And it's in a cardinal sign. So 0 degree of any sign is when the doors get open. Okay, when doors get open to information that's needed. So 0 degrees would be the Aries degree. So Aries is fire, and Mercury is going to go retrograde in Capricorn, but it will go into Sagittarius. Okay, so this is going to be, information that's needed to come out coming out, coming forward, publicly, personally. And to remember, though, that Mercury is really, when Mercury goes retrograde, and I know it's the holiday season. And so it's like, oh, great, Mercury retrograde. Anytime I travel, anytime I do this, I should just like cancel my plans. No. Mercury is really about learning how to be flexible, how to double check ourselves, how to not be so rigid in our way of thinking, our way of being. And so you can travel during a Mercury retrograde. Just double check. Give yourself a little bit extra time and be prepared to be flexible. So December is a lot about being flexible. And so as we've had a lot of public fear being thrown around, don't buy into the fear. Don't buy into the fear of the Mercury retrograde. Don't buy into the fear of all that all is going on within yourself. Like Peyton was talking about, and actually, both the ladies were talking about, is letting go of the things that don't serve you. And we've been in that energy for a long time. But December is really allowing us to have an intuitive knowingness of what really does need to be cleared. Or going on vacation and just knowing, maybe I shouldn't take this flight, or just knowing, I think we should just go over here without really any rhyme or reason. That's what knowingness is when you just know something without solid solid information to back it up. And that's our intuition. So Mercury is with the new moon in Sag, which will be going actually all of December, the energies, and Mercury going retrograde in Capricorn on the 12th of December. It's a big day. It's a big energy day. And then on the 23rd, Mercury's going to retrograde into Sagittarius. So it starts off in Capricorn. It's going to move into Sagittarius. So when it's in Capricorn, it's much more practical thinking, the practicalities of life. And when it retrogrades into Sagittarius on the 23rd, that's when that really strong intuition kicks in, that very strong knowingness. Sagittarius is higher learning, higher knowing. So there's a lot of planets that are supporting this, even from the beginning of December. But as the month goes on, it's more and more and more. And then on the 27th, there's an aspect. Mercury's going to be retrograde in Sagittarius. But it's going to have some Neptune and Mars. Mars is output energy. All together, and it's about really strong communication. So Sagittarius, I know because I have like 4 planets in Sagittarius, can have the open mouth insert foot syndrome. Strong communication. Doesn't mean that it's not true what might be said. But don't get into maybe fear of what might be being said. There is a strong need for communication in December, having a lot of the planet, or the last 2 planets, going direct. The 21st is when we go into Capricorn season. Okay, so that's Earth. It's also winter solstice. So, and summer solstice for those in the southern hemisphere. But again, it's hitting that 0 degree Aries point, which makes it stronger. A very strong winter solstice. Remember, it opens up the door. That 0 point opens up the door for knowledge, communication, things to come out on the public stage. All right. Whether it's your personal life publicly, maybe you haven't, there are things that you haven't wanted to talk about, that you've been maybe thinking long and hard about, that will be coming out. All right. So then we have a full moon in Cancer. And have a full moon in Cancer. And what does Cancer represent? Home, family, cooking, emotional sensitivity, psychic sensitivity. So again, there is, again, that heightened intuition, heightened knowingness. And we're going to need it for December. And then the last really is that Jupiter, the expansion planet that rules Sagittarius, is going to go direct on 12/30 in Taurus. So again, that's, Jupiter in Taurus. Taurus rules values. It's been retrograde since September. So financial system, values, what you value, what you love, all that we've been reviewing since Jupiter's been retrograde is now going to come to the forefront regarding values, money. And with Jupiter, it's going to expand. Okay. It's big energy. Let's see. But all in all, December, we have the opportunity, yes, to purge a lot of things. Purge the things that no longer serve us, because we are moving into the age of Aquarius. We're starting that journey next year, 2024, around April 2024. So your fears, your suffering, right? Your struggles can't go into the Aquarian age. So remember what you would like to take the opportunity to talk about, to clear, but also think about that the whole world is going through all of this. The whole world is going through a big, huge shift. And we've never come this far in evolution on Earth. And we've made it past what we've come up before. So support one another. Aquarian age is community. Community, helping others, going about not as the lone wolf, but together. So that's the energy for December. Tap into your intuition. The energies are very strong for it. And so you can intuitively know how to handle situations that maybe used to baffle you, or that baffle you now. You'll have a clear knowing as to how to get rid of them, how to clear them for the new year. So that's what I've got. Remember to stay in the love frequency.
And for those of you watching, would you join me in wishing Peyton and Corey a happy birthday this month? Peyton is our Sag baby and Corey is our Cap baby. Both of them have birthdays this month. So if you could wish them a happy birthday with me for December.
Aww. Thank you.
Thank you, Yaila.
Thanks, Yaila. That's sweet. That's all right. We'll get you next month. Okay, so anything else, ladies? All right. So thank you very much for watching our videos. We are so grateful that you tune in, and we love to hear your comments. We get such great comments from all of you. So all the links are down below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channels. And until next year, take care. Bye for now.
Jazz hands.
Synchronicity. It was like